Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of your favorite podcast, PandaWatch. As always, I'm Steven Zebrak with.
It's your boy Kev Ma. Hello. For one half of the duo, it's a pretty somber. Well, for both of us, it's pretty somber.
Yeah, it's a pretty somber beginning because we have to acknowledge this morning, unfortunately, there was yet another terrorist attack in Europe. Reaching out, offering our thoughts to the victims in Brussels.
Yeah,
it sucks because we just saw this 4 months ago in Paris.
Yeah,
and 4 months. 4 months. That's ridiculous.
Hopefully there will be some kind of. There ain't gonna be no peace, but there will be some kind of resolution to the cowards behind this act, because there was speculation that they were retaliating for, I guess, the capture of one of their own, and they decided to carry out the attacks yesterday or today. So who knows what kind of correlation there is, but it's just nonsense, senseless, disgusting, cowardly, all those things.
Yeah, it's certainly messed up. They caught the guy behind the Paris attacks, and it looks like they either got afraid he would talk too much and they wanted to move ahead with other attacks, or they just thought like now's the time to strike when they think they have something on us. But either way, it's pretty disgusting, like you said.
Yeah,
it's terrible. They said around 30 people dead, hundreds more injured. So hopefully all those injured recover.
And then now you've got an element of, we've always had an element of fear, but now it's just growing and growing in Europe, in America, all over the place. Nobody wants to be happy. They just want to murder everybody.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, if you don't agree with me, you're going to die, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. But again, our thoughts, PandaWatch, with everybody in Brussels and everybody else affected.
Yep. Most certainly.
Transition.
Yeah, now on to what we do best. Bad takes on sports. Or at least I have bad takes on sports.
Yep. They're not as good as mine.
We're moving on to March Madness, and the people want to know, Kevin, how you doing?
Oh, man. March Sadness is what I like to call this month now, after coming up just a little bit short against those Hoosiers of Indiana, those Kentucky Wildcats, man. They have 12 players on the team. One of them showed up to play against a team full of hungry Indiana Hoosiers. So I'm not doing well, Steven. What do you want me to say? Kentucky, it was so clear that everybody except for Tyler Ulis understood that they were the better team, in sense of, A, your ranking was higher. You were a 4 seed. They were a 5 seed. Indiana was hot, but you were just equally as hot. And you guys had the best backcourt in America, and you couldn't get it done. The only person who showed up was Tyler Ulis with 27 points. Things were kind of out of whack because he took 20 shots. My point guard can't take 20 shots, especially when he's been averaging, 5.5 assists per game.
Yeah, but do you think he took that many shots because he felt he needed to?
No. He definitely did that. It's just that when he's taking shots, now the other ones are just standing and watching. When he's facilitating and taking, anywhere from 11 to 14 shots, then he's more fit. He's efficient, and the team's more efficient because a lot more people are involved.
I see what you're saying.
So when he goes and he's got 20 shots, you're like, Kentucky's out of whack. And you have to give Indiana credit. Their guards came to play. Yogi was equally as tough with Tyler, so that was a wash. Jamal Murray tried his hardest to shoot every three-pointer there was, but he was 1 for 9, and he had 16 points. No other Kentucky Wildcat, not a senior in Alex Poitras, not a junior in Derek Willis, not a junior in Marcus Lee, another freshman who's been playing well as of late, Isaiah Briscoe, who can drive to the rim. Nobody else can make it to double figures. And then Indiana, again, give them credit, shooting very well from three-point line, very well from the free throw line, and they wanted it more. They got the win.
Yep.
What made it even more difficult for me to swallow was I went to go meet up with an old colleague, my homie Charles. He is from Indiana, so we're like big. We watch Colts games together, but he also went to IU. So I was like, yeah, I'll come meet you at your bar. So we go to Union Pub off of Massachusetts in D.C., and it's an Indiana bar. So, of course, I like to play the villain every time I'm out. So I'm like, hell yeah, let's go to this game in IU territory.
Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that all too well. You like to play the villain.
Yeah, man. It was pretty dope though. Like the atmosphere in there was obviously high strung, everybody rooting for IU, but they were very cordial for the most part. You know, I walk into the bar and they're like, the bouncer's like, you sure you want to do this? I was like, hey man, I'm just here meeting a friend. He was like, oh, I know. It's an IU bar. And I was like, well, it is just a basketball game, right? They're not about to come try to beat me up, are they?
Yeah.
He's like, hey, it's your world. I was like, cool, let's do it. And it looked good for the beginning. And then Kentucky just went ice cold.
Now, do you think deep down Kentucky was scared to play the Tar Heels?
You are out of your fucking mind. But I do think that what I was trying to say, everybody but Tyler Ulis heard rivalry game against Indiana, and they froze up as opposed to just going out there and playing. Because remember, they haven't played each other since 2011, 2012. So I'm sure behind the scenes, they were probably getting all kinds of smack talk from Twitter fans and close friends that they may have had that is from the opposite state or university. So a lot of that goes into like the pressure that these guys got to deal with. It was just sad that Tyler had to try to play that game by himself.
Now, do you think Tyler stays?
No. I don't think he would benefit because he would be, arguably the best returning college basketball player in the country. There's 4 people up for the Wooden Award, and they're all seniors except for him. He's the only sophomore. But I think the way he put this team on his back, though.
He put the team on his back.
He put the team on his back, though. And he's just really heady. He's smart. He's efficient. The only knock on him is he's 5'9", and that's it. So I think he's done not all he could in college basketball, but he's done enough to warrant his decision if he makes it to leave. It'll be interesting to see what Scallop. Oh wow! This whole time we had the number 2 recruit in the country, and I did not mention him one time. And the reason why is because he was not in the game. He did nothing. He did absolutely jack shit against Indiana. And so, but he's going to be a top 8 pick because you can't teach height, you can't teach his skill, you can't teach his touch. But he probably should come back. But, if I had this is an assumption, being that he was relocated from Haiti because of the earthquake to Memphis. If I ain't have no money and they were like, yo, we about to give you anywhere from upwards to $3 to $8 million, I'm gone. So,
yeah, exactly.
Scalabissier, Jamal Murray, Tyler Ulis are probably guaranteed to leave Kentucky with an outside chance of Isaiah Briscoe. But we'll see. Just sad. But the IU bar was really fun. It was really dope.
Nice. So, I saw a lot of your Facebook posts afterwards. You were posting a lot of the sad crying Michael Jordan meme.
Well, nobody else could feel my pain except for crying Michael Jordan meme. man. It was just like I had to do it. That was how sad I was. I mean, I didn't have tears of joy like Michael Jordan did when he was being inducted into the Hall of Fame. But yeah, crying Michael Jordan meme was definitely a representation of me. And I would just like to say it's probably the best thing on the internet going around these days.
I don't see it going away anytime soon. It's perfect because they did it. They did it also for Michigan State too. They put the helmet on him. They put the Sparty helmet on. So those you don't know, Michigan State was a 2 seed and a very popular pick, mine included, to go to the Final Four, and they got upended by 15 seed Middle Tennessee State. Now this is only the 8th time it's happened in the since the tournament's expansion to 64 teams. So that's pretty crazy. Think about it, 8 times in about 32 years or so, because I think it expanded in like 84 or maybe a little before then.
So yeah, we're looking 25% of the time it happens.
Not of the years, exactly. Yeah. It does not happen often, and you have to remember there's 4 of those matchups each time, so that percentage goes down.
You also have to, I mean, you got to tip your hat clearly to Middle Tennessee State, but so many people picked Michigan State because of Michigan State, like they look good this year. But a lot of people who are not actively watching college basketball, they might hear some information from their friend. They always find a way to trust my man Tom Izzo, and so
even said,
Oh, sorry. You
I was gonna say that.
Stop talking over me. You usually feel good when Izzo is coaching your team. And so, especially when you're a 2 seed and you have the other player of the year candidate in Denzel Washington or Denzel Valentine.
Okay.
Denzel Washington.
Where's Jay Farrow when you need him?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can't get down 17-3 Michigan State. That was a bad start.
That was wire-to-wire victory for Middle Tennessee State. Also, I said it Thursday night when I was out with friends. I said, Tom Izzo has a house in the Final Four, and then he goes and loses the first round.
Yes, damn it.
Yeah, kind of my fault.
That's why they play the games, guys. I mean, the madness was heavy this year so far. I mean, we didn't even get. I mean, what about that? Did you watch that Wisconsin Xavier game?
Oh, yes, I did. I was out. Little precursor. I was out with a fan of the show, but not a listener of the show, Katie Franger.
Gosh damn it, Frank! Start listening.
We were watching the VCU Oklahoma game, and let me tell you, he wasn't around much in the first half, but Buddy Hield showed up to play in the second half, and I think he scored like 25 points in the second half alone. 27 in the second half alone. So he definitely went off, and VCU lost a close one. But yeah, I was watching that game, and I actually picked Wisconsin to beat Xavier. That was one of my few upset picks that I got right.
Okay.
But the other one I came close to but lost was the St. Joe's, Oregon. But yeah, that game was crazy. The kid that hitting the 3 fading away on the sideline there.
I mean, if you're a Xavier fan or coach, you're like, yep, that's the shot we want them taking. And then
exactly. That was not bad defense at all.
Nope. And then that motherfucker didn't even think about hitting the rim. Straight cash money.
Yeah. It's one of those shots where you almost know it's going in because it's March Madness.
Yeah.
And it's like a shot that goes in 20% of the time, but you knew it was just going to go in.
Does PandaWatch, do we have a buzzer beater tracker? If not, we are going to do it for the Sweet 16. We will keep track of how many buzzer beaters there are. Yeah,
we'll try to do that. We had there were a couple close games over the weekend. Iowa Temple went to overtime.
Yep. Iowa benefiting with the push in the back.
Right. And then, of course, another crazy game that went to double overtime that shouldn't even been gone to for the first overtime was Texas A&M and Stephen F. Austin.
Yeah,
That game was insane. First of all, Stephen F. Austin, the 14 seed, beating 3 seed West Virginia, who a lot of people had at least going to the Elite Eight, if not upending North Carolina and going to the Final Four.
absolutely.
Yeah. Stephen Austin just says, hell with that. I got this. So
Yeah, pounded West Virginia.
yeah, actually, no, I got that wrong. Texas A&M beat Northern Iowa. I don't know what I was
Yes,
thinking. Sorry about that, people.
and
I was
Northern
getting
Iowa,
excited. Yeah.
Northern Iowa, they were the ones who got in by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah, they got in by the skin of their teeth, beat a Texas team that I don't know how good they were. I wasn't really paying attention to them too much.
This was Shaka's first year, maybe
Yeah,
second
his
year.
first year there.
First year. So he doesn't have any of the recruits, but he got a lot of Coach Rick Barnes holdovers, which was like, there's a kid who jumped out of the gym. They've got 2 7-footers, and then they have Isaiah Taylor, who is a guard who's probably going to look to go in, late first round, early second round. So he could play. The advantage was definitely in Texas. So for you and I to be in a position to be there, even though it's the dance, it was a testament to how they played. But did you see the walk-off half-court shot? I mean, my man knew it when he let it go. He was already celebrating on the sideline.
Yeah, that was insane.
But then you and I went to the game you were just talking about, Texas A&M.
Right, and that game was insane. I thought they had won that clearly.
Well, set the scene for the listeners out there. For you guys don't know, Texas A&M was down 10 points with 41 seconds to go, and they found a way. They found a way to make you and I nervous enough to blow that 10-point lead.
Yeah, and it was a lot of just bad passing out of the inbounds, and then they allowed themselves to get trapped.
Yeah,
Like, you can't allow yourselves to get trapped 3 times in a row. Like, I understand, like, one time you're like, oh damn, they got us. But hey, we got 4 other people on the court. They should probably come help me out. But nope.
Or what about this? Like, so I do a little bit of coaching, and I played basketball for a little bit. A live ball turnover is the worst turnover you can have, as opposed to like you travel and then we stop and we get to reset our defense. Like, if the ball's in play, we've got energy, we've got chaos. Now we don't know what the heck is going on. 3 times you guys got trapped in the corner. I would have much rather you travel, take the ball with you, run out of bounds, as opposed to trying to throw it off somebody's feet and they move out their way, and now you just giving them a free layup. It's kind of like,
that was great.
You and I, man, I get it. It's a pressure pack. Don't pee on yourselves, man. You have 40 seconds to not blow 10 points.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't even have to foul them.
No.
They just turned the ball over every time.
Think about this. It was a 10-point game. Let's say they make 3 3-pointers. It's still a 4-possession game.
Yeah.
It's 40 seconds. You get 10 seconds to stay in the backcourt. Just let them trap you for 10 seconds. Now at least they've got to panic and they've got 20 seconds on the clock or 30 seconds, as opposed to like you guys just aiding them the whole time.
Right. You can also do the whole, like, obviously this is hindsight, but if they trap you, hold it for 4.5 seconds, then throw it straight up in the air, or just like throw it to the other side of the court and throw it out of bounds.
Yeah. Do something.
Yeah, don't just throw it at their feet. That was just
or be a bad basketball player like Dwight Howard and just put stickum on your hands and just just hold on to the ball. And when they try to rip it off your hands and you have a reenactment of the Little Giants and Hot Hands Hanans, then you're all right. You let the referees deal with it. Don't lose the game.
Yeah, that was insane. They're going to be kicking themselves for a while on that one.
So sad, JoJo.
So sad. But I will say this either way. I think either team would have lost to Oklahoma in the next round or will lose. I think Texas A&M will lose to Oklahoma.
Yeah. It'll probably be a fun game because I guess they've got a little rivalry and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, Texas A&M, you get down by 11 to Oklahoma, you're gonna lose by 40 because those guys are scoring and they have Buddy Hield who cannot be stopped.
Yeah, that kid is ridiculous. I mean, the shots he was making in the VCU game in the second half. I mean, VCU came storming out of the second. They were down, I think, 14 to start the second half.
Yeah.
Came storming back to tie it, and then Buddy Hield was like, I got it.
I'm good at basketball.
Yeah.
And he had they held him in check in the first half. They
most certainly did. He only had 7 points in the first half, and he had 2 fouls.
2 fouls.
So, yeah. He was sitting at the end of the first half.
All right. I used this one on Facebook already, but seriously. Buddy Hield's teeth. Those things are really big.
So he got John Elway syndrome?
He's got John Elway syndrome and elephantitis. That man's teeth are huge. His teeth are just big for no reason.
That's crazy. Yeah, and also back to I know I goofed on it earlier, but Stephen F. Austin beating West Virginia 14-3. And they played Notre Dame really close. That game went down to the wire too. That was a tip-in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's at least 2 buzzer beaters we got with the tip-in there. They certainly had a chance. At the end, Notre Dame had a chance to it was tied, so they had a chance to win the game. Missed layup, bounces off the rim. The kid who really is only in there for defense. He's just tall, white with long arms. Like reaches out of nowhere and tips this ball in. So that was a shame.
He about to go to Notre Dame and get all that Catholic vagina.
Yeah. Oh man, so many Catholic jokes I want to
take it easy. We got Easter on Sunday. Chill out.
I know.
Good Friday on Friday. Good Friday. Kanye West probably gonna drop some.
Is he?
Assumption. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, but now we get to look forward to the Sweet 16 starting Thursday afternoon, Thursday night.
Yeah, we got some good games. I think is the Kansas game. Kansas Maryland is a Thursday game. So that would mean the Villanova and who are they playing?
They're playing who came out of that? Why can't I remember who came out of that? Who's the 3 seed in that one?
I don't know.
That's the same bracket with Kansas, right?
Yeah.
All right, we'll figure it out. Yeah. But Carolina, Indiana should be a good one.
Oh, Carolina, Indiana, I hope both teams. Nobody dies, but I hope nobody survives the game.
So they get sick or something?
Yeah. They just get diarrhea. Bad diarrhea. Isn't that a movie where somebody has explosive diarrhea on the court?
Yeah. I'm sure that joke gets made in every TV show or every I don't know about on the court.
You haven't seen explosive diarrhea in a movie? On a basketball court?
That could have been Eddie when Whoopi Goldberg was the coach for the Knicks, because that movie was pretty bad.
Oh man. Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah, so we got that matchup.
Who would have thought PandaWatch would have had a Whoopi Goldberg reference today?
Oh, yeah, I'm surprised the first one wasn't Poise pee-pee pads, though. That's an SNL skit you guys need to Google or look up.
That was a blast from the past.
Yeah, so Notre Dame, Wisconsin. Another Sweet 16 matchup. Those, 6-7 seed, but they're, two pretty big basketball schools. UVA, Iowa State.
UVA, Iowa State's got barn burner written all over it. Because two teams with opposite contrasting styles. So Iowa State's going to run, try to score it, and UVA wants to slow it down and play all the defense in the world.
When you say contrasting styles, you don't have to say opposite in front of it.
I know. That's why there was a pause, because I was like, well, damn. And I was like, well, you're already here. You might as well do it. You can't get it back. Last game of the season, man. Can't hold anything back.
Um, then lower in that bracket, we have Gonzaga, who came out 11 seed, got a nice favorable matchup against. Now I'm blanking on who. I mean, I am really bad at this.
Syracuse, man.
So yeah, they're playing Syracuse. I know that.
Oh, you don't
But
know who they played? They beat Utah. Bad.
right, they did. They crushed Utah. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Um,
beat.
so we'll have a 10 or 11 seed in the Elite Eight, guaranteed.
Yeah, playing a 1 or 4 seed.
Yeah, that should be exciting. As we discussed earlier, Oklahoma takes on Texas A&M. You got
Yep.
Big 12 versus former Big 12.
You've got Duke, Oregon,
Duke,
and
Oregon should be a good one too. Yeah.
that should be up and down. Yeah, I mean, it sucks that Kentucky's not playing, but again, the madness will continue, and I love it. I probably won't watch any of the games, but it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I watched so many games on Thursday because I took off work. I kind of got like, you know,
A little drunk.
saturated the market.
Nice.
What? Yeah.
Saturated the market, or you get drunk?
Oh well, that too. But of course, I got drunk.
Well, hey, Panda people, keep watching the brackets. It's only going to get crazier, I imagine.
Yeah, and I'll be down in DC for the first Final Four game, so that'll be exciting.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Wait, why wouldn't you be here for both games?
Well, because I'm going back Sunday. That Sunday. I'm not going to stay down Monday for the.
Yeah, but you said you'll be here for the first Final Four game.
Oh, sorry. I meant
both.
like.
They play
I meant
both
the
games on
semifinal.
Saturday.
Yeah, sorry. I meant the semifinal games.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I mean, you got anything else to add with March Madness?
No, don't want to talk about basketball ever again.
So moving on to another great sport that's making its way back into America's hearts. Baseball still in spring training. One quick crazy story about baseball, and we can move on. I promise.
We're talking baseball.
Adam LaRoche still owed $13 million by the White Sox, and had an abysmal year last year. Former Nationals first baseman. Apparently, one of his contract agreements, I think it was a verbal agreement, I don't think it was actually written in his contract, was that his 14-year-old son, Drake, and I already know you won't like him.
Gosh. I wanted to root for the 14-year-old, and then his name is Drake.
Yeah.
And you deserve everything you get, 14-year-old kid.
So, Adam LaRoche, apparently a big fundamentalist, wanted his son around the clubhouse pretty much 24/7. They said last year that his son was in the clubhouse for 120 games of the White Sox 162 games, meaning he came on the road with them half the time, which was kind of crazy. And when asked about, hey, shouldn't this kid be in school? Adam LaRoche would typically respond, yeah, we're not big on school. So
would he really?
Yeah, he would really respond, we're not big on school.
Nice. Where is Adam LaRoche from?
I mean, I can't remember where he's from specifically.
I need to find this out. Because all I'm hearing when I think of Alan LaRoche is, and I told that teacher lady, I ain't reading no books.
So, I mean, he's got a brother that was in the league, Andy LaRoche, and I think his father used to be a bullpen coach.
Fort Scott, Kansas.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
So when the GM, Kenny Williams, told him that he couldn't bring his son anymore, he pretty much decided, I don't need the $13 million. I'm picking my family over that, which I guess is cool. But at the same time, he's not saying you have to stop talking to your son. He's just saying stop bringing him around the clubhouse so damn much.
Yeah, it's not even you can't bring him in. It's just like, how about not all the time?
Yeah. So apparently that led to a rift between some of the White Sox players and management. Some were on LaRoche's side, including their ace pitcher, Chris Sale, who blew up at the GM over a 14-year-old kid that was in the clubhouse. But Chris Sale is also a 6'4", 6'6" country bumpkin. So that makes sense. But I
And
mean,
so
I can't knock on the guy too much.
for all the
He's
Panda
anchoring.
people out there, we love country bumpkins as much as we love
Yeah.
city folk.
I can't bag on Chris Sale too much because he's anchoring my fantasy lineup. Right.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Like that's like the stupidest controversy ever. Like your 14-year-old son can't come in the clubhouse. What? I'm not playing anymore.
I mean,
I'm done.
dude, times are changing, Steven. So it's interesting. You know, we're trying to lobby, and I think we should, you know, expand and extend our reach to our, what do we call it? Like our maternity and paternity, not paternity, but maternity leave and all that stuff.
Right.
But now, you know, work-life balance is something that us as Americans are really paying attention to. And I don't know if traditional baseball is going to be on board with it because, you know, like baseball is one of these sports where we do everything our way with our, you know, unwritten rules. And I bet you if this was like in the 30 years ago, they wouldn't let the kid in the clubhouse.
Yeah, I think 30 years ago he wouldn't want the kid in the clubhouse because probably a lot worse crap went on back then than now. But I mean, it's another thing what you say about the unwritten rules. Bryce Harper a few weeks ago was giving an interview. He's like, all that stuff is pointless to me. It's pretty much what he said. It's like, if you hit a home run, you should be able to admire it. You beat that guy. If he strikes you out, he should be able to, admire it because he got you. Like all this stuff about like where you have to like tip your hat or show the utmost respect every time you go up to bat is ridiculous. And Big Poppy said something other way because like I don't have time for anyone's respect. When I get in between those two lines, I don't care about what you think. I'm trying to beat you, and you're trying to beat me. And then of
Yeah.
course, Hall of Famer Goose. Yeah, Goose Gossage. Well, I don't like the way the Latins are influencing the game. He went old white man and said, "I don't like the way the Latins are doing anything."
Oh my
Meanwhile,
gosh.
it's a white Mormon from Utah who's like on the side of having fun.
Yeah. Man, I'll tell you this. Kanye West said it best. Racism's still alive. They should be concealing it.
Yeah.
You don't you Goose, man, you're not playing anymore. And I guarantee you the old people when you were young were probably like, I don't like the way Goose Gossage does something. I
Yeah, I
bet
don't
you
like his
you didn't.
mustache.
I bet you, yeah, because that mustache. He got that Hulk Hogan, don't
he? Yeah. Speaking of which, Hulk Hogan won a lot of money versus
Oh yeah.
Gawker.
Why didn't we talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, because it just happened. I kind of, slipped my mind, but Hulk Hogan sued Gawker Media over the release of his sex tape, and the Florida jury, which I mean, don't get me started on Florida, the jury awarded him $140 million
Oh well,
for damages.
they awarded. At first, it was like 115. They were like, nope. Hulk Hogan is a real American. Here's an extra 25.
Yeah, he asked for 115, I think, or they were suing for 115.
Suing for 115. Then they were like, here's punitive for 25 mil.
Yeah, and they're I mean, that's definitely going to get appealed, but yeah, he
Gawker,
definitely.
you're gone, guys. It's Hulk Hogan.
Yeah,
Man. Hulk Hogan.
I like Deadspin though.
Hulk Hogan just went on TV. I mean, obviously he was in the privacy of his own home, and he went on this racist rant. But we still can't do that. But thank you for exposing somebody that I used to enjoy as a racist. Sucks that you guys ain't gonna have no business no more.
You know what I heard from what Gawker is saying is that Hogan was more concerned about his racial slurs than he was about the sex tape.
In terms of defending
damaging
it, or
his career, damaging his image.
Okay, so the sex tape was okay.
Well, that he was suing on that grounds, but apparently his main motive behind suing was getting rid of the hushing the racial slurs.
Hogan, what's done is done, brother. You already said it. It's out there. Now, you should just take the money and, skedaddle.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to get appealed, though, so he's not getting that money right away. But we'll see what happens with that. That should be interesting.
It should be interesting. Gosh, Hulk Hogan, man.
I mean, I just if you're a public figure, just don't say dumb shit like that. Like I don't get it. When are these people gonna learn? It's like the CEO of the India Wells Corporation who runs the BNP Paribas tennis tournament
Yep.
went on earlier.
BNP Paribas, for those who
Yeah.
don't know, is a Bank of America affiliate in France. So go ahead and
Yes.
use that. I know that from
Yes.
experience.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, yeah, when we were abroad, you definitely used that
Yeah.
ATM.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, yeah, but he said he's basically talking about his tournament, and instead of just saying, we're glad everyone could come out here, nope, he had to continue and said that the women of the sport, I think he was asked about like equal pay between men and women, and instead of just saying like no comment or I don't know about all that, he went on saying the women of the sport should get on their knees and thank Roger Federer and Rafa Nadal for how popular the sport is and how much money they make. And then Serena goes, excuse me?
You better not
I've
make Serena mad.
I've been the top tennis player for almost 15 years now, and it had nothing to do with any of those guys. She
Yeah.
was famous before Federer started making his run, and before
And definitely
Nick
Nadal, right? Nadal
yeah.
came in halfway through or early in Federer's career.
Well, yeah, well, Federer started making moves when he won Wimbledon in 2003. He started making moves then.
Is that the end of the
Uh,
Sampras?
yeah, Sampras was pretty much out by then. Roddick was just getting started as the American guy. Roddick won the U.S. Open, um, but Serena had already won, and Venus was already there, and they had garnered a lot of attention because let's face it, I mean, they were black women tennis players who were just absolutely killing people.
Killing it.
Yeah, it's they were pretty much like right around when Tiger was killing golf, they were starting to kill tennis.
Mm.
And
So we got two country club sports being dominated by African Americans. How long do you think that was going to last? Well, it lasted a long time, but I'm sure there was
yeah.
some backroom dealings where they're like, something's got to give.
Well, I mean, there was Fuzzy Zoller at first, and then
Yeah.
there's always going to be people who don't like it, and they'll be outed for the bigots they are, and hopefully they'll fade away.
I
So
mean, I, I guess I get it. Like, you want to have your voice heard, but like, just shut the fuck up.
yeah, there's nothing good comes of that. What good? You know what good came of it? He resigned. Um, if it was either last night or this morning, he resigned.
Oh,
So
did he?
he's out. He's
Yeah.
no longer CEO of that company.
Wow. So, gosh, man, we're people don't people just can't leave well enough alone. Like, you got all the money in the world. Do whatever you want. You can say whatever you want. Just don't say it publicly or with somebody who's going to
Yeah,
out you
exactly.
or who's going to out you. You can do whatever you want. But yet, you in front of a microphone, you decide to be like a superstar because nobody knows who you are, guy. Like, you're the CEO of Indian Wells, but we're not coming to that tennis tournament to watch you. It's just weird. Are you going? Oh, technicals. Steven. So, Panda people. Steven had to leave. He's going to come back. In the meantime, I'm just going to talk about. Here comes Steven. You back?
Hello,
Yeah,
hello.
you're back. I was going to take us to Bodie
Yep,
McBoatface.
ladies and gentlemen, that's our dread 40-minute mark where we sometimes
You're gone again.
mark where we lose our feed sometimes.
Come on, man. You gotta get some FiOS in your life, man.
Yeah, I know. I need RCN fake ass internet. But
um, but yeah, to end
I
up,
actually will be doing that.
Raymond Moore, shut up. Or say whatever you want now because you're fired. You step down. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, great. Like I said, that's our technical difficulties coming back at the 40-minute mark.
We love it, man. What would
Yeah.
PandaWatch be without technical difficulties?
Oh, it wouldn't be the same. It
Would
wouldn't
be
be
the
the
same.
same.
Where should we go now?
That guy's an idiot. He resigned, so he's done. We're gonna go with Bodie McBoatface, right?
Bodie McBoatface.
So those of you unaware, this hold on. This company had a hey world, let's have you name our boat contest, and it did not go well for them. So they crowds boat naming, and the top name right now is Bodie McBoatface.
And this is an industry near and dear to my heart as I work for a corporate and shipping corporate registry. Um, we've got a lot of vessels in our registry, but none of them named, and we've got some really interesting names. None of them Bodie McBoatface, which I think deserves to win.
Oh yeah, that should easily win because that's not that bad.
No.
But I guess if you're the company, you can always be like, yeah, we're not going with that.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens. You have all the power, you can do whatever you want. However, if you really are for the people, Buddy McBoatface.
Yeah, I would love to see that name on a boat.
Bodie McBoatface.
It's so
Or
simple. It's so
our
simple.
other options were RRS Usain Boat and
Yeah.
RRS Ice Ice Baby.
Yeah, the Ice Ice Baby one was good too. But Bodie McBoatface is just so simple and great.
Hmm. The internet, people, if you don't pay attention to it, it'll bite you in your ass.
It's like all those public figures that have had some controversy in the past, and they do Twitter AMAs. You know, ask
Which
me
is
anything.
which is a set up from the jump.
Yeah,
You have to assume that nobody likes you. And if you're one of those people who like suffers from hubris and you're like, oh, the whole world loves me, you're in for a rude awakening because the people who get through to ask the questions are hackers or people who are just here to troll the hell out of the world. So you're fucked when you get their question.
yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not going to end well for you. And speaking of Twitter, they turned 10 recently.
Yes, happy birthday, Twitter.
Yeah, 10 years of tweeting
Hmm.
going on now.
How long have you been on Twitter?
I've been on it for a few years. I just never really use it.
Oh my gosh.
I used to use it a lot for fantasy football news because Shefty uses it a lot,
Yeah.
and a lot of other football writers use it, and it's good to get those injury updates right before the game. But yeah,
Well,
I don't really use it because I just I don't see the point in me personally using it. I understand it as a communication tool and a social media tool.
yeah.
I just personally have no use for it.
What who is your favorite tweeter to read?
It used to be Totes McGoats. He had some great tweets on there.
Wait, the tweeter's name was Totes McGoats?
Oh yeah, he had some great tweets on there. I highly recommend people look up Totes McGoats when they get a chance.
All right. Well, as I'm not familiar with Twitter from personal experience, I always just get my news from all the rap websites that I'm looking for new music and hearing about whatever news. So I see what they tweet. You know, I can't go anywhere else but Mr. Kanye West.
Well, yeah, well, him alone, the little feud between him and Wiz and Amber Rose was great.
Yeah.
And then you had the Neil deGrasse Tyson versus Bob
Yeah.
uh, Twitter
Twitter.
war. There's some great ones on there.
If you read the stock news on Twitter, they say that they don't think Twitter is going to be able to survive because there's so many other social media platforms that people can use, and they're not doing a good job of like controlling their users. But every time I look up and I read something, somebody's using it's coming from Twitter.
That's because a lot of celebrities use Twitter, and that's where all like the good, stupid like tweets come from. Because celebrities don't send their messages out through Facebook. I mean, they do it through Instagram quite a bit when they're sending out photos, but Twitter is their escape, and Trump crazily uses Twitter, so it's still viable right now, but who knows
Who knows?
in
Happy
another
birthday,
five,
Twitter.
10 years.
You got
Yeah,
another user coming soon. PandaWatch Podcast. Gotta have a Twitter.
yeah. I mean, we have it. We don't use it.
Wait, is it already? Give me the password. I will.
I've
I
given
could.
you the I've given you the password like 5 times.
Oh man. Well, now I gotta use it. Be on the
Okay.
lookout for absurd tweets from the PandaWatch Podcast.
Yeah,
Probably centralized Pusha T rap lyrics, Cameron rap lyrics, and other countless asinine topics.
yeah, that's fine. You can use that all you want. Go nuts.
I will. Panda Watch.
Um,
What is
you
what
should
is our
also
handle? At the Panda Watch Podcast?
uh I think I had to amend it a little bit because some racist dudes were using it as like a Asian spoof like
Yeah.
Twitter handle. So I had to remember I think I had to do like Panda Watch Cast or something like that, or Panda Cast, or I'll 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 dig it up and get it back to you. But
Gosh, the fucking
be on the
internet.
lookout. We'll link it to our Facebook page.
Hmm.
So you guys will see all the glory.
Um, Shout out to Obama going to Cuba. That
Right.
was
Yeah. I
cool.
mean, the first sitting president in 88 years to go to Cuba. It unfortunately had the bad timing of, the Belgian terrorist attacks, but all the more reason to start communicating with nations that we, used to shun.
Yeah,
So,
but
and
I think
obviously, yeah.
we have a healthy fear in this country where it's kind of like we talk about being. Well, I know you don't care about being like a Christian nation, but we don't like practice any of the values that go with Christianity, like forgiveness and all that stuff. It's like we'll never forget, and maybe we shouldn't, but like they're like nobody talked to Cuba, nobody talked to this country. It's kind of like, well, how the fuck are we gonna move forward if we don't try?
Right, and when he wouldn't be the first president to talk to a communist nation that we were having odds with. In the 70s, Nixon went to China, Reagan went to the USR in the 80s. It happens. So
But the black guy can't do it.
yeah, exactly. Well, Christian values until it ruffles our feathers, and then
Yeah.
screw that black guy. What does he think he's doing?
This black guy's ruining everything.
Yeah. Oh,
You
but
know it.
yeah. So hopefully that goes well. But he's got to get. Obviously the goal is to end the embargo, but that's got to get past Congress. And the way things are going now, they don't want to do anything. They
We
don't even
don't.
want to listen.
Yeah.
They don't even listen to the Supreme Court justice nominee, even though apparently he's as pretty moderate as you can get. So
Fucking babies. Let that be a lesson, humans. If you have anybody who is like, a role model or anything like that in a position of power, they're just like you. And just like you, when you have bad days and you want to pout, they get to do it as well. But they just have a lot of clout.
Exactly. Well, moving on from that, unless you got more to say.
I got nothing. Even
Uh,
though PandaWatch is the greatest.
PandaWatch is the greatest. So, Kev, give him some music to listen to.
Oh, this is going to be easy because I'm going to see him tomorrow. You guys are going to listen to Pusha T. It's not new music, but it's just great music. Untouchable on Darkest Before the Dawn. Produced by
That is a great
Timberland.
song.
Produced by Timberland. Murdered by Pusha T. Two just straight lyrical bars with all the goodness that you want. None of the sugar and sweet stuff that you get from beige guy Drake.
Do you mean Drake LaRoche?
Yes, no, but yes. Cass, that kid Drake's so fucked.
Well, the thing is, Drake LaRoche doesn't have to worry about being picked on in school because he doesn't go to school.
He doesn't go to school,
so he's safe from that.
That is awesome that Drake. I mean, is he not even is he getting homeschooled?
Oh yeah, I think he was getting homeschooled or something on the way. Then like, I guess before the games, Alan Roche would be like, "Yeah, America's the best. We took over. Kansas is the center of the universe."
Here's the best part. In 4 years, this kid will have an ID.
We'll have an ID in 2 years, but he'll have a voting. He'll be registered to vote.
Sorry, registered to vote in 4 years.
Yeah,
and let's hope he's getting homeschooled. In diversity. The assumption is he's not.
I mean, yeah, I'd like to think he is. If he's around baseball players all the time, he's got to be somewhat slightly educated in diversity.
Well,
right?
Fun fact: I think his great godfather is Goose Gossage, and he doesn't like the way the Latins are influencing the sport.
Yeah, but at least he'll tolerate them, right? He doesn't have to like them.
He doesn't have to like them. I can tolerate them. Just keep them over there. What movie or TV show? What do you got?
I'm going with the TV show this time. I just finished it. It's a Netflix show, so you don't. It's all released at once. Flaked is the name of the show. It's with Will Arnett actually, and it sets up like it's going to be a comedy, but it's slightly different. And if you like Will Arnett, you should stick. It's only 8 shows. They're about 27, 28 minutes before the credits. So it really won't take you that much time to watch them all. I mean, yeah, I know that's still about 4 hours, but if you spread it out over a week, that's nothing. It's just 8 shows. It gets really good. It's an interesting show.
What's the premise?
The premise is Will Arnett is a recovering alcoholic living in Venice. And he's got a few buddies around, and obviously there are girls around. He's a bit of a ladies' man, and not really conventional way, as because he doesn't have a lot of money. He's more of a struggling furniture salesman, like furniture maker and salesman.
Yeah.
Basically, he's got a storefront in Venice, but he's pretty much never in there selling anything. So it's kind of set in that way. He's been recovering alcoholic for 10 years. And focus on him, his best friend, and there's a few other girls sprinkled in there that have big roles. Kirstie Alley makes an appearance in one of the episodes. Christopher Mintz Pauls, or whatever his name is, Fogel from Superbad, makes a guest appearance in a few episodes towards the end. So I mean, it's a good show. I liked it. If you stick with it, it pays out in the end.
Hey, look out, television. Netflix is coming for all your viewers.
Yeah, and the next one I'm looking forward to is watching Love. I've heard a lot of good things about that show. So I'm looking at that. Yeah, not to be confused with Big Love, but just Love.
Oh, Love. I thought you said glove.
No, not the O.J. Simpson.
Speaking of, apparently PandaWatch needs to have our own cereal type, like cereal, not cereal, but like cereal as in cereal. SERIAL, our own version of Serial on our podcast about the People versus O.J. Simpson. Apparently, it's must see TV.
Yeah, that's what I've heard, but I mean, we'll see. Maybe
Oh,
I'll get around to it.
does the white in you not let you watch and enjoy O.J. Simpson?
Yeah, I just can't watch him getting off again. I'm sorry, I'm just kidding.
Take it easy, Goose Gassage.
Yeah, I mean, no, I'll get around to it eventually. I just, I'm having fun in New York City,
Yeah,
flying solo dolo,
Solo
and
Dello.
a lot of my nights are not spent in front of the TV. But
As you give TV recommendations.
well, I mean, that's an easy Netflix one right there. I mean, that's
Yeah, but that's different.
yeah, that's different.
Yeah,
But yeah, you're right. We probably should break down the OJ case.
I think we should. Not the case, dude. The show.
Oh, we're not going to break down the whole case.
just, just the show. We know how the case played out. We want to know. We want to give that PandaWatch spin to it. Like, what was funny? Who was like the most racist on the show? Stuff like that. That talks to our hearts.
Yeah. Okay, I can see that.
Tugs on our heartstrings.
Oh man. Well, unless you got anything else, any other TV or music recommendations that you think we should do a whole episode on.
A whole episode, Steven. That's the way podcasts are going.
Yeah, no.
And I bet you we wouldn't be the first, but I mean, like, who else is talking about the People versus O.J. Simpson?
I think a lot of people are because it's a new series.
You're right.
But
You right. Well, how can they get in contact with us? We're about to send more Facebook likes and invites, so we need those likes. Let's get those numbers up.
yeah, we're they can get in touch with us on our Facebook page. I am, and this is very preliminary, working on getting us onto iTunes. I've started the beginning process. We'll get us onto WordPress first, and then I got to submit this thing to iTunes, and they have to like listen. They apparently have to listen to a few episodes or something.
Nice.
Because
Good.
they got to approve what we're talking about.
Yeah, give them all the shitty episodes.
Yeah, exactly. So, hopefully getting us on iTunes soon, so people can stop being like, "Why aren't you on iTunes yet?"
That's gonna be a
I have an
beautiful
iPhone.
thing. Let's do that.
I have an iPhone. I need to be on iTunes.
I need to be on iTunes. Don't be mad at us who own iPhones, brother.
Yeah. Well, I can do what I want.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna be on iTunes. We
We're
are
gonna be on
already on
iTunes.
Facebook.
You can still email us at thepandawatchpodcast@gmail.com. Right now, Raph Flores is the only person to ever email us there, besides the old, welcome to Gmail.
Yeah. Shout out to young Raph right now. He is
Yeah.
actually chilling in Paris, good old gay
Okay.
Paris, France.
All right.
Stay safe.
Yes, as always, stay safe. Wherever you guys are, stay safe.
Yep.
But email us, post on Facebook. That's probably the best way to get with us. Post on Facebook. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like. Add a suggestion. We're all for it. But
Feedback is how we get better, people.
exactly. But until then, peace, love, and
Chocolates.